Buses within Durham Region Transit, just like this one behind me, could be hitting the brakes soon. So commuters are keeping a close eye on negotiations as officials warn of labor unrest on the way.
It's gonna suck if they plan to go on strike.
I think it'll be a bit of a hassle for a lot of commuters.
There's still about 2 weeks to go until the deadline arrives, where transit workers in Durham Region could be on the picket lines. But commuters in Pickering like Graydon and Ananya are hoping a strike can be avoided.
It's the only realistic way that I could make it back and forth to work. But without it, I'd be lost and spending $200 on Ubers each week.
It would delay my commute while I go to work.
Unifor Local 222 represents more than 600 Durham Region transit workers, which includes operators, maintenance, and dispatch. Negotiations began on March 31st. Last week, workers voted 98% in favor of strike action. Recently, there have been 12 straight days of contract talks, but both sides have not been able to come to an agreement. The current collective agreement expires on June 7th. We reached out to Durham Region. They were not available for an interview, but they sent us a statement which reads in part, "This doesn't necessarily mean that there will be service disruption on this date. It simply means that it could happen." The union, though, isn't necessarily saying the same thing.
If we go on strike 1201 June 7th, that would mean all of our operators and mechanics would be on the picket lines. And essentially, Durham Region Transit would be shut down.
Jeff Gray is the president of Unifor Local 222. He says there has been some movement during contract talks, but one of the key sticking points is wages.
We've fallen behind other Tier 1 municipalities in Ontario regarding transit to the point we're the lowest paid Tier 1 supplier of transit in Ontario.
The union says transit workers in other 905 municipalities with similar populations like Mississauga and Brampton earn as much as $5 more an hour than their counterparts in Durham Region.
We're not asking to be the highest paid, we're just asking to be within the average.
There's currently no new scheduled dates for contract talks, but both Durham Region and the union say they're ready to get back to the table.
We want to make sure that all of our citizens are able to get to work and back safely and efficiently. The last thing we want to do is put them in a position of vulnerability, and we understand the gravity of this situation.
I would plead with Durham Region Transit, please do not go on strike, please.
Afua Baah, City News.